During the exploration, we encountered several events. Let's go over them. Oi! I'm giving you this offer out of the kindness of my heart, okay? It's for your own good, Ashley. Accept LoH's protection. We'll make sure to have your businesses back. How many times have I turned down this offer now? I don't think you're grasping the situation here. I know exactly what you're capable of, so I'd like to settle this without having to take you down. Don't think we'll let you off so easily. Interesting offer, my friend. Hit me with your best shot, Garcia. My business extends all the way from Crossbelt to eastern Zamuria. My roots are too much for some hot-headed petty criminal to handle. Once you get that through your thick skull, you can get over yourself, Mr. Mafia Boss. Who do you think you're talking to? Don't get too cocky, you fool. Hey, customer. Yeah, you. Shut up! You and that little brat of yours haven't changed one bit. Well, I said my piece. Think it over. If you want to keep your little operation in Crossbelt up and running, that is. You're in the way. Beat it. So even Garcia Rossi drops by this place, huh? It sounded like an intense argument. Serves that old Jäger, right? Ain't that pretty ballsy of her to do? God's giving me the chills. I'm in complete agreement. I was too always like this? Like mother, like daughter, I guess. Garcia's panicking, I can tell. After all, he came running to me like a little girl when he found out his roots were shutting down. I doubt that was the case. You two close friends or something? Nah, he's just a long-time customer is all. I made more than a few deals with him before he went and joined LoH. Though these days he's been acting a little too big for his britches. Looks to me like Garcia's landed himself in a real world of hurt. It's all because he went and joined LoH like an idiot. Hi guys, how are you doing? Today's symposium will feature Mayor McDowell as well as foreign dignitaries. We've got quite a spectacular lineup. We can enter here, but we cannot stay for the symposium itself, right? Because we don't have an invitation. What is this place, Ellie? It's the reception hall. They use it for all kinds of diplomatic meetings. It would appear it's being used for some sort of symposium sponsored by Grandfather today. Oh, is that... Arios. I understand the plan. I look forward to working with you to secure the area. Huh, understood. The 1st Division is normally more than sufficient for security. I hope you don't hold this against me. You can't blame them for increasing security though, given the number of foreign dignitaries in attendance. I'm sure the guild's help was requested to provide extra reassurance for their safety. Spare me the explanation, I'm already aware of the circumstances. See to it that you won't cause any blunders, Sir Divine Blade. Understood. Geesh, I wouldn't want to get dragged into that little catfight. Agreed, it's rare to see those two together, probably because they're like oil and water. The two of them appear to be working together to guard the symposium. We probably shouldn't get in their way. Let's leave them to their work. Now, we heard that Estelle and Joshua are somehow somewhere on the mountain path, and my suspicion is they are at the Rosenberg studio, because that was where we originally met Ren. Yep. No one home? Joshua, are you positive this is the place? I don't have definitive proof, but everything we found out up till now points here. There's just too much information about the 13 factories even I don't know about. All we know is that it's a network of 12 workshops that has passed down ancient technology. And supposedly the Stoll Studio is one of them. This is definitely the kind of place she'd stay at. What's the plan, Estelle? Should I go in and investigate? No, it's okay. Lucky for us, we aren't directly butting heads with a society this time. If I'm going to catch her, I have to play by the rules. If that's what you think is best, I'm with you. Besides, we still have that auction to worry about. Should we focus on that for now? Sounds good to me. Estelle? Joshua? Huh? The SSS. Hey, what a surprise. I thought I was detecting a familiar presence, but I could not quite pinpoint who it was. Why the heck are you guys here? Does the special support section have some business with the studio? We were just stretching our legs for a bit. What about you? Did the Bracer Guild have a request here or something? Actually, we're here on personal business. Or we were at least, but it looks like no one's in right now. On a lighter note, you guys put up a good fight yesterday. How are you feeling? I'm a little sore, but fine overall. Forget us. After all that yesterday, the two of you look completely unaffected. What gives? You think? I guess these 2 years of walking everywhere has finally started to pay off. Sorry to cut our conversation short, but it's about time for us to start heading back to Crossbow City. I'm sure you will run into each other again. Be careful on your way back, guys. Of course! You all stay safe too. Even a moron could tell that they were hiding something from us. That may be true, but I did not sense any guilt coming from them. I don't think it's our place to stick our noses into their private matters. Joshua mentioned that the owner of the doll studio isn't home. Shall we head on back as well then? Yeah, might as well. We all met Ren for the first time when we were here before. Do these two know her somehow? They do. Welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero, where we are currently in the police headquarters to take our urgent request from the Second Division. Good to see you, Inspector Donovan. We're here to ask about that support request you submitted. Are you free right now? Ah yes, thank you for coming, everyone. Yeah, we really appreciate the help. So, what exactly does the request entail? Judging by the submission, it sounded like it was quite urgent. Yeah, let's have a quick meeting to go over the details right now. Have a seat, guys. Roger. Something tells me that we've got some legit police work ahead of us. Now then, about the reason we called you in today. Well, we want the special support section to help us expose a counterfeit dealer who should be on their way to Crossbow as we speak. A counterfeit dealer? What? Counterfeit dealers are a variety of scammer who fake logos of famous brand name goods on inferior products to trick customers. They can potentially deal in any type of product, but tend to favor high-end luxury goods such as clothing or ornaments. Selling counterfeits qualifies as a minor criminal offense under Crossbow state law. She really had all that memorized? Cause yeah, that's the gist of it. Every year loads of counterfeit dealers try their hand in Crossbow posing as tourists. High-class watches from the Vaughn Company, vintage swagger products, not to mention a boatload of Septium trinkets. Taking advantage of unsuspecting customers has earned those crooks a whole lot of money. The thought of them preying on innocent people just to make a quick buck really ticks me off. Let me get this straight. You want us to help you take these guys down? Exactly. It hurts me to say, but we get countless police reports filed by their victims every year. If we leave them unchecked for too long, it's going to hurt manufacturers and retailers trying to make a living too. We need to crack down on those guys if we want to restore people's faith in the CBD. You're right, okay, I understand the situation. If you truly think the SSS is suited for the job, then allow us to help you. Excellent, we're in your debt. Okay, so what would you like for us to do? Here's the deal. We've narrowed down their point of entry to 3 points. Crossbow Station, the airport, and Tangram Gate. We've got the station and airport covered, so I'd like you guys to keep watch at Tangram Gate. The second division is short-staffed, so we can't afford to send people anywhere outside the city. And that aside, I'm pretty sure you guys are well acquainted with Deputy Commander Bales, right? Since this case falls under border patrol measures, coordinating with her unit will be key. That's why I thought you guys would be a good choice. It's as you say, I wouldn't be surprised if she were more willing to cooperate with us than with other CPD officers. What do you think the odds are that we'll be able to finish the job without having to see her? Okay, looks like we got everything in order. We'll start by covering the airport and station. You guys rendezvous over at Tangram Gate and contact the Guardian Force. Understood. We'll depart for Tangram Gate immediately. Thanks, we're counting on you. See you guys later. Okay, let's head over to Tangram Gate now. We should explain the situation to Deputy Commander Bales and request her cooperation. Alright, let's do that then. Let's go to the East Coast Highway. Take the bus to Tangram Gate. Excuse us, ma'am. Good afternoon, Deputy Commander, Sergeant Major. Nice to see you. Hello, you four. Given you came to see me directly, I assume that something's happened. Yes, actually, there was something we'd like to discuss with you, if you don't mind. LoH explained that they had to come to Tangram Gate in order to figure out how to crack down on counterfeit dealers crossing the border. I think I understand your predicament. You can count on Tangram Gate's cooperation. Thank you, Deputy Commander. Hold up. You sure you guys can afford to spare the manpower? Don't all the border gates get crazy busy during the anniversary festival? No need to worry about that, Randy. As I'm sure you know, border security is the responsibility of CGF guardsmen who are stationed at the gates. Sure, we may be swamped, but I think it's our duty to be involved with this issue of yours. Well put, Seeker. There's no need for the Special Support Section to have any reservations on our behalf. That being said, we are currently short on hands, so the amount of aid we can provide is limited. Any assistance you can provide is welcome. And I know it's sudden, but do you think we have an opportunity to interview the incoming passengers from the Republic? According to police intel, the counterfeit dealer should be arriving at Tangram Gate around noon today. Noon, huh? Now that you mention it, I believe there's a bus from Calvert scheduled to arrive relatively soon. If your intel truly is accurate, your dealer should be on board. You know, there's a brief window of time where passengers from the Calvert bus have to wait for the domestic crossbelt bus line to arrive. Usually, people waiting for the connecting bus head over to the mess hall to rest or have a quick meal. Sounds like we got ourselves a plan then. First, the Sergeant Major will come up with some excuse to escort the passengers into the mess hall. Next, we'll stroll in, not causing any records, and try to find our counterfeit dealer. If you've ever wanted to show off your detective jobs, Lloyd, now is your time. Leave it to me. We may have a small window, but it should be enough time to screen most of the passengers. I am curious to see whether we can pull this off without giving ourselves away. I'm kind of starting to feel anxious. You still have a little time until the bus arrives from the Republic. If you stay at the gate, you should have enough time to rest beforehand. How about it? I can have beds prepared for you if needed. Okay. I think we'll take you up on that offer, Deputy Commander Bales. Very well. I'll have someone call for you when the bus arrives. Until then, use your free time to rest. Yes, ma'am. Welcome to Crossbell State, sir. I'm sure you must be tired from your long journey here. Fortunately, it won't be long until the bus to Crossbar City arrives. If you'd like, feel free to rest up at the mess hall while you wait. I think I'll take you up on that. That all of them? Yes, it should be. Here's a passenger list. You should probably give it a quick glance. Noel pulled out the passenger list and handed it to Lloyd. I appreciate it, Sergeant Major Seeker. This is going to be a huge help. 9 passengers total, and we're positive that all of them came from the Republic. Are you sure you're allowed to show this list to people outside the CGF? In a way, this is tantamount to the disclosure of personal information. Deputy Commander Bales already authorized me to give you any information that may assist you in your investigation. And given that no one's name and address is included on the list, we're not leaking any sensitive details anyway, or so she said. There's the quick and adaptive judgment we've come to expect from the Deputy Commander. Damn, she's scary smart, man. Alright then, thanks for letting us take a look at this, Sergeant Major. Lloyd handed the list back. No problem. Did anything stand out to you? We're definitely going to need to take a look for ourselves before we draw any conclusions. Well, we should strike by the Iron Sword. There's not much time until the bus arrives. We should interview the passengers and try to flush out the counterfeit dealer. Agreed. Let's move out. It's go time. Roger. I believe in you, everyone. So, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's start here. What do you want? This guy looks like an oddball. Pardon me, sir. Might we ask why you're coming to Crossbar? What's it to you? Just curious, sir. Why was still a demand? Got some secrets you're hiding? Don't want to let anyone know about that guilty conscience of yours? What are you accusing me of? Oh, Randy! Hey now, no need to get angry, I'm on your wavelength. Crossbar is swarming with all sort of cuties, not to mention it's full of fun little places that you can take them to. Gotta say, I like your style, man. Want me to tell you about some of my favorite spots? Such shamelessness! Fishing, I came here to fish, okay? I know it's the anniversary restaurant and all, but I just came here to fish for some of your freshwater species. Alone. Something wrong with that, punk? Nah, I'm cool with that. Sorry for teasing you, old man. That's one way to get someone to talk. Crude and unusual, but effective. Huh. You know, traveling by bus has a unique charm to it. Cruising along on the open roads. My bus seems to be having a blast too. Oh, are you on a family vacation? Yes, I suppose that's a good way to put it. My son has always supported me through thick and thin, so I wanted to be able to show my love and appreciation for him, hence this trip. You sound like quite a caring father, sir. Come now, I'm going to blush. Since I'm constantly having to go on business trips, I have to take advantage of times like these to show off my fatherly love. That's all there is to it. Crossbar's been really scenic so far, and the air's super clean here too. My dad's been to so many countries on his business trips that he never runs out of really cool stories to talk about. Sure are a lot of people coming through today. Okay. Morning, are you headed to Crossbar City too? Yeah, something like that. Would it happen to be on some kind of couples retreat? Is that what it looks like to you? Ah, you're not together then? If you had a mirror for every time we were asked that. Contrary to what you think, we're siblings, not a couple. Man, we barely look alike. People are always getting the wrong impression. We both love to travel, so we are on all kinds of trips together. It's just our thing. Wow, sounds like you two are really close. Well, I'd feel bad if she went places by herself, seeing that she doesn't have a boyfriend. Ha ha, aren't you hilarious? I'm not sure the one mom's always needing to find the special someone. Well, I guess you got me there. Anyway, you guys all have a good time at the anniversary festival, right? I know we will. How many times have we been mistaken for a couple on this trip now? Oh well, here's hoping we all make some wonderful memories at the anniversary festival. Oh, lunchtime is crazy as always, and what's more, these Calvadians are extremely picky. I swear they'll complain if the slightest thing doesn't suit their tastes. Dude, check her out. Oh? You weren't riding on the bus, were you? What? Well, since we got here so late, we decided to spend the night. Hopefully that'll fly for now. Is that so? Well, I suppose that's a sounder reason as any. Enlighten me, madam. What exactly are you doing here in Crossbell? I suppose you could say that I'm searching for a jewel. What sort of jewel are we talking about? A beautiful one. One that can enchant people and rests within this very state. And if I'm successful in obtaining it, I have the power to bring a vortex of enthusiasm to the Republic's people. Though I may have to stoop to whatever means necessary in order to see it through. Why is she being so cryptic? I wouldn't think too hard about it. Oh, I can't wait until the bus arrives to take me to the land of opportunity. I hear that Crossbow is the ideal place to do business. Mira awaits. Excuse me, sir. You are some kind of merchant, right? Exactly right. I deal in rare Calvadian novelties. Seeing an opportunity, I decided to come expand my wares with Crossbellan goods to sell back in Calvert. You run your business by yourself? Is that not difficult? Despite how things sound, I have quite the wide array of personal connections. All the contacts I've made across the Muria have given me a huge leg up with business deals, far more than I could ever have expected. If you'd like, I'd be more than happy to show you my wares. I deal in rare knickknacks and other Calvadian doodads. All the contacts I've made have given me a huge leg up, far more than I could have ever expected. Yeah, I can't watch his wares, okay. Oh dear, oh my, what a handsome young man. You remind me of my grandson, in fact. Such an air of intelligence far beyond your years. Thank you? Ma'am, are you from Crossbow? Oh, no, I'm from Calvert, dear. You see, my son's family lives in Crossbow City, so I'm using that as an excuse to have a bit of fun at the festival. If you can believe it, it's been almost 3 years since I last stepped foot in Crossbow. 3 years too long. You sure seem happy, ma'am. How could I not? After all, it's been so long since I've been able to play with my precious grandson. It feels like it was only yesterday I was playing with him in Michelin Wonderland. I can't wait to see how big he's gotten over the years. My dear grandson, all grown up. Hey, you four, don't you think that the lady's up to something? Lady, which one? The black-haired one, sitting over there on the other side, wearing the pantsuit. I saw her with the rest of the passengers, but she sticks out like a sore thumb. I'm telling you, she's suspicious. It's like she's too calm. I just get the feeling she's not your average lady. Well, it's certainly true that she's not dressed like a typical tourist, and doesn't speak like one either. But aside that you come from Crossbow to sightsee or personal reasons? I guess I'd say I'm returning home. I've been vacating in Crossbow, and I made sure to come back for the anniversary festival. Actually, why are you wasting your time with me? If you're boarding the bus too, you should really keep an eye on that lady with the black hair. Now she's suspicious. Alright, I think... Have we missed someone? Five, 7. I talked to everyone, that's all. Ah, no triggers. Attention passengers, the bus bound for Crossbow City has just arrived. For those boarding, please head toward Tangram Gate's parking lot. The bus is here, let's get going. Yeah, let's. My time to finally reunite with my grandson has nearly arrived. How did it go? My assessment is that we do not have enough information to fully determine who the dealer is. All those guys struck me as the regular people coming to enjoy the festival. Is there really a criminal hiding in that group? I find it hard to believe. You're being awfully quiet, Lloyd. Did you notice anything? Sort of. There was one person who said something a bit strange. Seriously? What the hell was it? It's still just a hunch, Randy. But right now we need to board that bus so we can pull all the pieces together on this. We should be on our way then. Once the bus reaches the city, the passengers are going to split up and we will not be able to track them down. Good point. Let's hurry over to the bus stop. The bus is in the parking lot, everyone. I wish I could be of more help, but I have done all I can. I'll be praying for your success. Thanks, Sergeant Major. We'll get it done. You know, it's nearly impossible to tell apart counterfeit dealers from ordinary travelers. In my experience, the real bad guys are the best at convincing you they're the good ones. You always have to keep your wits about you. So there's a counterfeit dealer hiding in a group of people who just passed by? Ah, which one is it? There's something about that black-haired lady that I can't put my finger on. For those who have played Trails in the Sky, did you recognize her? Oh, you folks heading back too? Yeah, sorry to keep you waiting. Yeah, well, the other passengers are already on board. Hurry up and get in. Like I said earlier, I plan to uncover the identity of a counterfeit dealer on the bus ride. Let's think through things and figure it out before we reach Crossbow City. Gotcha. We are in a race against time. No time to waste then, shall we? First off, we should sort through all the information we have on the counterfeit wing. A group of counterfeit dealers split up and entered Crossbell via the train station, airport and Tangram Gate. At least according to the report given by Donovan. Yes, that's right. If the report is accurate, our culprit should be one of the passengers on this bus. With that information, we can deduce one infallible truth. The counterfeit dealer who boarded this bus is working independently. From that we can conclude that it's likely the wing's leader. Well, seriously? Would the leader be working solo with no backup? It's possible, but what's the reasoning behind that? It's relatively simple to explain. For them to sell their merchandise, they have to transport their counterfeit goods into Crossbow, right? Naturally, it seems odd for them to be using the bus route to Tangram Gate. Yes, now that you mention it, if I were a counterfeit dealer, I would make my friends enter Crossbow via train or airship. Unlike the border gates, the station and airport do not require as strict security screenings for people from the Republic or the Empire. On top of that, smuggling goods is a tricky business. Handing over the dirty work to underlings is the name of the game. Oh, and by process of elimination, our culprit already ordered his goons to smuggle through the station and airport. With that out of the way, he's free to nonchalantly enter Crossbow. Is that kind of what you're getting at, Lloyd? couldn't have summed it up better. It's circumstantial evidence, but it still holds some weight. When we apply that logic to this case, people traveling in pairs can be ruled out, so the siblings and father and son are clear. Exactly, but there's something else. When I was questioning the passengers, one of them said something fishy. That person is most likely the leader of a counterfeit wing. Something fishy, huh? There are 5 remaining suspects. The eccentric old man who claims he came to Crossbell to fish. The kind old lady who claims she came to Crossbell to see her grandchild for the first time in 3 years. The dark-haired woman shrouded in mystery. The young girl who seems to distrust the dark-haired woman. And the merchant who says he travels back and forth between Crossbell and the Republic. Is one of them really the culprit? Yeah, I think I've got him pinned down. Among the suspects, the leader of the counterfeit dealers must be... Did you get the hint? It was a subtle one. It is the elderly lady. The elderly woman. You're positive? Definitely. Yeah, given the evidence, it wouldn't make sense for the counterfeit dealer to be anyone else. I guess that's true. The bus will be arriving at Crossbell's east exit momentarily. When disembarking, please remember to take all personal belongings with you. We will arrive shortly. It's now or never. Once we arrive, we hurry and apprehend the suspect. Everyone, get ready. Don't have to tell me twice. Remember, Lloyd, it's up to you to get the suspect to drop their cover. Be up to the challenge? Of course, leave it to me. Could you please wait a moment? Oh, this most fine young folk I met at the border. What might your dearies need with a little old lady like myself? We apologize for not having told you this sooner, but we're with the Crossbell Police, Special Support Section. We'd like for you to answer a few quick questions, ma'am. Excuse me, Sonny. Are you implying something? What am I guilty of? No matter the situation, isn't it rude to bother a frail old lady like myself? I understand your reservation, but the CPD received some interesting information today. A certain group of criminals are supposedly trying to infiltrate Crossbell. We were tasked with investigating Tagram Gate, so we covertly questioned any inbound tourists there. One of them stood out due to a particularly strange remark. That remark came from you, ma'am. What's that supposed to mean, son? One of your statements in the dining hall struck me as incredibly suspicious. I believe you claimed it's been about 3 years since you last came to Crossbell. And what's so strange about that? The area in Calvert I'm from isn't very close to Crossbell. There's nothing weird about me visiting infrequently. I wasn't suggesting anything of the sort. The problem is what followed. You said you went to the theme park with your grandson during your last visit, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I see the issue. You sly dog, you. Your fate has already been sealed, ma'am. I'm not following. It's quite simple, really. If you really had visited Crossbell 3 years ago like you claimed, you would have had trouble visiting Michelin Wonderland, considering it didn't even exist at the time. What? This can't be. I mean, you see, the thing is... yeah, this is all a misunderstanding. Silly old me must have read about it somewhere and got myself confused. You know how it is with us elderly folk, right? Oh, it was a misunderstanding. No problem. Do you mind if we give your grandson's family a quick call to corroborate your story? I'm sure they'd be quick to defend you if the police suspected you, right? Then again, that's not even an option. You can't call someone who isn't real. It's pretty funny when you think about it. You went to visit a non-existing theme park with a non-existent grandson. This type of mistake would have only been possible for someone who has visited Crossbell in the last 2 years. Frequently coming here to run your crooked business is exactly what allowed for that contradiction in your statement. I have no idea what you're talking about. Do you seriously think a kind elderly lady like myself would be heinous enough to pawn off counterfeit goods on unsuspecting people? I do believe you just put the final nail in your coffin, ma'am. Not once during this exchange did we specify the crime in question. Oh, crap. Way to fall for one of your oldest tricks in the book, you old bat. I think it's about time you face the music. I'm sure you have a perfectly logical explanation as to why you have access to sensitive information. We'll be more than happy to listen to you in our interrogation room. So that's that, right? I give you one last chance, ma'am. Please turn yourself in peacefully or else... Don't go along with a bunch of idiotic whippersnappers! What? She's gone off a rocker. Her true nature has finally been revealed. You're all just a bunch of cowards trying to deceive a helpless old lady like myself. I'm sure the goddess will smite you all if you don't correct your nasty behavior. It's honestly laughable you can utter such nonsense without a hint of irony. Are you not guilty of deceiving others with your unscrupulous business? Shut up, you damn munchkin! Munchkin? I hate you all! This is exactly what police and boys are trash! I bet you think you're so righteous, maybe your mom should get off your freaking high horse! Calm down, ma'am. If you could just come with us quite... Zip it, punk! Got cotton in your eyes? I said I'm not going with you! Don't make me repeat myself again! No, don't make me repeat myself. If you think you can catch me so easily, then why don't you go ahead and try? Seriously? How can an old lady move so quickly? Where the hell did that whole nicest grandma you could ever meet charade disappear off to? Munchkin. Is it really the time for this, guys? We need to hurry up and chase after her, or else she might actually escape. True, let's go after her. Don't underestimate me, you freaking brats. Just you wait and see. I forged these legs of mine through the struggle of climbing mountains back in my youth. Like hell, you'll catch me. Ah! Oh dear, I must have accidentally stuck my leg out while I wasn't looking. Are you still breathing, madam? You bitch. What the hell do you think you're doing? I see that despite your age, you have energy to spare. Crap, considering how fast she was running, she's probably way ahead. Look over there, Lloyd. Huh? What? What's she doing on the ground all of a sudden? Hey, check it out. The hot black-haired lady is here too. Wait, hold on a second. Did you do this? We can talk later. I'd suggest you restrain her while you have a chance. This woman seems to have some serious pep in her step, so I'm sure she'll be coming into in no time at all. Damn you. Good call, ma'am. You mind helping me out, Ellie? Not at all. I apologize, but could you accompany us for the time being? Especially since it would seem you played a significant role in this arrest. Very well. I wasn't intending on standing out, but perhaps this is simply fate. Rest easy, ma'am. It would be my absolute pleasure to escort such a fine lady as yourself. Could I ask for your name then? Like I'd give my name to some scrawny little brat like you. Scrawny? Listen here, Granny. Do you have any idea of the position you're in? You're aware we've already arrested all your friends, right? So can it and start cooperating already. Shut you up, you little shit. Didn't your parents teach you any manners? You're talking to a lady, yeah? Don't you know it's common courtesy to serve her a cup of tea or something? Sure, okay. I'll bring it later. Is Raymond going to be alright handling her by himself? She's a tough nut, that's for sure, but don't worry, we'll be fine. Besides, this is a secure facility. She won't be getting out of here anytime soon. I don't know, somehow I could see her brute forcing her way out of anything. I agree. By the way, who's the beautiful young lady over there? You know, now that you mention it, I never asked her. Excuse me, ma'am, we're going to need your name and occupation, please. For police business, of course. Kilika Ruran, at your service. I'm a Kavadian entertainment producer. I came to Crossbow, well, let's say it was by chance. Kilika, huh? Gotta say, I dig it. And you're a producer to boot? You definitely look the part, and I mean that in the best of ways. She helped us apprehend the suspect, Inspector Donovan. Is that right, huh? Excuse my poor manners, ma'am, but CBD thanks you for your invaluable cooperation. If you like, I'm sure we can scrounge up a reward for you. Can't guarantee it will be much, though. Please, it's quite alright. I didn't do anything much. Certainly not enough to warrant a reward. Well, if you're sure. If I'm being honest, it's a real relief to hear you say that. Please remain professional, Inspector. Actually, I've been wondering, how did the stakeout at the train station and airport go? Oh, that. Luckily, the other dealers were caught and arrested. On top of that, we were able to confiscate all the counterfeit items we were carrying. So, if all goes according to plan, they'll be out of business for the rest of the year. Rest of the year? Are you saying they'll be getting off a hook with only minor charges? It's looking like it's gonna be a stern warning and an entry ban prohibiting them from entering Crossbow for 1 month. They're not even getting to be detained? So what you're really saying is that all our work didn't amount to jack. Tio said it before, according to state law it's only a minor criminal offense. And since we're foreigners, we can't do much. Trust me, I understand how disheartening it can be, but this is as much as we can do. Now, don't be discouraged. You four did fine work today. Especially when you consider the fact that they'll be out of commission for the festival.
Chief, please, help me.
Whoops, it sounds like Raymond needs saving. Anyway, good work. We'll be counting on you guys if anything comes up again. Thank you, Inspector. You can give us a call anytime. Crossbell's authority really is as weak as the rumors say. Well, I suppose I cannot be surprised about that. What do you mean? Law exists to protect the well-being of those who live under them, and yet Crossbell's laws seem designed for the sole purpose of keeping it obedient to Erebonia and Calvert. I imagine that's something you've run up against on more than one occasion, yes? I imagine it must be extremely frustrating. Even so, I think all of you can hold your heads high. Fighting against an unjust status quo is admirable. Well, I suppose it's none of my business as a Kavadian. Regardless, I'd advise you to not give up. I'm sure your efforts will pay off one day. Kilika? So now that that's all settled, what's your plan? I reserved a room for myself in one of the entertainment district's hotels. I plan on staying there during my visit. We'd be more than happy to show you the way there if you'd like. I appreciate the gesture, but don't worry. I'm well acquainted with the city. You said the entertainment district. Does that perhaps something to do with the motive behind your visit? You are a sharp one, aren't you? That's right, I've come to see Arc-en-Ciel. If possible, I was hoping to get them to agree to performing in the Republic. A tour, perhaps? You're looking to book them? Why, of course. Arc-en-Ciel is an enchanting Septium vein lying dormant in Crossbell. Have they the charisma to capture Calvert with their magical shows? Can I create a vortex of enthusiasm for theater there? Determining that is my main job here in Crossbell. Interesting. So when she was talking about the jewel at Tangram Gate, she was talking about Arc-en-Ciel all along. You're an interesting bunch. Still diamonds in the rough to be sure, but there's definitely something pure and true inside of you. And you're professionals as well, deducing who the culprit was like that. That wasn't something that comes to people easily. Let's both do our best from here on out, okay? Yeah. Thank you for your assistance again, Killigan. If there's anything you need while you're here, please don't hesitate to contact us. We'd love an opportunity to return the favor. If the opportunity arises, I'll be sure to do so. Well then, if you excuse me, I'll be off. This request was more than I was expecting. You're telling me. But hey, thanks to all that, I was able to meet one fine lady. Man, I've seen my share of beautiful gals from out east, but damn, that Killiga's on another level. You're incorrigible. Well, at least he didn't say it in front of her, I guess. Is everyone ready to get going? Good, yeah, so it's Killiga. In Trails in the Sky, she was one of Bracer Guild's receptionists until she was hired for a different job in Trails in the Sky the Third. So, and I think with that I end this episode and we continue here next time. Until then, I'm Ace and don't get lost.